Three guesses to what this video is about then. So, as you guys can probably tell, I'm quite into my Mewelry. In fact, a Mr. Jacob Monk called me out on this the other day. Make a video on how you got into 1800s women's jewellery and what in the world is making you wear it. I mean, I guess he's talking about the rings. Well, you are a century or so out there, Jacob. You see, back in the 40s and 50s in the States, biker gangs were popping up. And these guys, they fucking loved a fight. And they weren't about to fight fair either. They were really keen on using brass knuckles. And brass knuckles, knuckle dusters, they will really, really mess you up. So it wasn't long till Johnny Law cottoned onto this and decided to ban them. But these guys, they weren't about to give up fighting, and they certainly weren't going to start becoming gentlemen about it. So off they went down to Mexico, ordered some big ass rings, and those took the place of the knuckle dusters, and the cops couldn't do anything about it. Jacob, if you would like to know why the Mexicans got into making big heavy rings, just let me know, okay? And if you'd also like to know how to spell jewellery and use apostrophes, just, yeah, let me know as well. And I wear them because I like them. They've got meaning, they've got stories behind them, and they're also really, really heavy, and that means I've not lost them yet. These three rings, my watch and this necklace, they are staples of most outfits, and I only stopped wearing the necklace because it was messing up with my mic. These are staples not just because they're great pieces, they each have like a story behind them, and I really, really enjoy wearing them. They're staples because they were very expensive, and these are all I have. There are not too many brands out there making the kinds of things that I'm into jewellery-wise. And rarer still are the kind of brands that are making the kind of things I'm into jewellery-wise that are, I'd say, affordable and where I live available. So when Clocks and Colours slid into my DMs offering to send me a couple of pieces to check out, well, I was keen to say the least. Clocks and Colours has been on my radar for a little while now. I mean, for one thing, they've got an absolutely amazing Instagram feed, and they pop up all the time and everywhere. And I've seen a few guys that I watch on YouTube. They've got a lot of good things to say about them. And even like, I mean, if you're at all into photography or filmmaking, you'll know Peter McKinnon. Peter McKinnon did a collaboration with him a few months ago. But I kind of shied away from having a look because I try my best to stay away from temptation. But when I did have a look, you know what I found out? They're not actually out the way expensive, not at all. And there's a range there that's going to suit a wide variety of tastes. And so I was thinking to myself, could I have actually found an accessible jewellery brand? Maybe, but I would actually have to have my hands on the things before I can really say very much more. Now, it's not just rings that they do. They've got a range of bracelets, they've got pendants, they've got chains, they've got the fanciest shot glass you'll ever see, they've got some dangerous looking dice, and they've got quite a range of apparel as well. The guys at Clocks, I call them Clocks now because, you know, we're buddies. Instead of just sending me some random pieces, they were good enough to furnish me with a voucher that I could spend as I liked. And so I don't know if this could be considered a sponsored post, but I did get these pieces in exchange for this video and my opinions on the pieces. So yeah, just full transparency there. I wanted to be a little bit clever about how I went about this because they do have quite a few bits and bobs. So I wanted to see a range of their product. I wasn't just gonna like get 3 rings or blow my wad on a single piece. So I was a little bit discerning. I picked up this necklace, I picked up a couple of apparel pieces, and of course I wanted to check out the rings. Choosing a ring from the range was actually quite a difficult one. I mean, some I like better than others for sure, but there was at least half a dozen that I wanted. particularly the ones with set stones. But in the end, I went for this one, the Monument. I chose this ring for a couple of reasons. I mean, first and foremost, it's the one that I like the design of the most. And there's just something about it that spoke to me. And then there's kind of this sentimental part that it's named after the Monument Valley in the States, and that's somewhere I really, really want to visit. And so, orders placed. And this is something that is super important for us EU guys. Even though Clocks and Colours is based in Canada, they ship all the EU orders from Portugal, so we don't have to mess around with all these customs and import duties and these kind of things. So that's really, really useful. 3 days later, a box arrived. This isn't an unboxing, clearly, because I'm wearing the hoodie, here's the necklace and the ring, and I wanted to check the apparel for sizes, and also I was excited. First off, the apparel. It is definitely decent quality. It's standard sizing. I am a size large in most EU brands. This is a size large, t-shirts a size large, and they fit me perfectly. For the necklace, I went with this, the Plateau. Now, I went for this for a couple of reasons. I mean, for one thing, I like the design of the pendant for sure, but I also like the design of the simple chain that it's on. It's a twofer. So, I can wear the pendant on the chain, of course, but then I can also wear the chain by itself. It makes a nice change to this heavy brass one. But what really impresses me here is the quality to the price ratio. I mean, this was 140 euros. And it's solid silver. See here at the back? Solid silver. It would have saved the brand a lot of material and therefore a lot of money in material costs to just have this as a frame and have the back here hollow. The stone is finished very nicely with quite a matte finish. And I can really imagine this bedding in beautifully as the surrounding frame sort of scratches up and patinas a little bit. I think that's going to work really, really nicely. You see, this doesn't feel manufactured. This feels crafted. It feels like somebody's actually had their hands on it. So for 140 euros, I really think that that's really okay. Now to the ring, because this is the piece that I was most excited about and also the most skeptical of. You see, the thing is, over the years, I've just seen so many shoddy rings made of just substandard material, cookie cutter designs, badly finished, and instead of a semi-precious stone, you've got what looks like just pieces of glass. So the Monument was 160 euros. And I think that, yeah, the dollar and the euro prices are the same. Anyway, 160 euros or dollars is not really very much for a decent ring. So as I said, I had my reservations, but all those reservations were gone as soon as I opened the box. This is just simply a good piece of jewellery and I can't see any corners that were cut. The most common place that a brand can save some money is to hollow out the back of the ring where the stone sort of covers that up. And it's quite the same way I mentioned with the necklace. I mean, the brand saves the material costs and the customer doesn't notice till they've actually got the thing in their hands. I mean, I've even seen brands posting pictures on their website where it had the solid back to the stone and then you saw the thing in reality and it was hollow. Not the case here in the slightest. All the engraving and the relief is super, super sharp. The finishing is absolutely perfect. The stone is set completely solid. The stone itself, it's quite like the turquoise one. It's finished to sort of a matte, almost satin finish. And yeah, as this ring, as I wear it, as it patinas down, as it scratches up, that's going to bed in really, really nicely. So aside from the sentimental stuff and just liking the design, there are a couple of other reasons I went for this particular ring. So even though it's definitely not a subtle ring by any means, it is considerably less chunky and lighter than the other two that I have. And also, see this band at the back? It's also considerably thinner, and that's just really, really going to help out in the summer months. You see, in the summer, I just pretty much give up wearing rings. My fingers swell up in the heat, and it just gets very, very uncomfortable, especially right here. So with the Monument, I also sized up one size to account for this. I mean, on the index finger of my left hand, it's not loose by any means, but it's got a little bit of wiggle room. And if it does swell up too much, then it's got quite a lot of wiggle room on the middle finger. And the fact that it's not all that wide on the underside is also really, really going to help out with this sort of pinch point here. All this to say is it's just going to be a lot more comfortable on those hot, sweaty days. Now, I know this does seem like a lot of thought to be put into some very, very small little details, but this is something you're putting your hard-earned cash down for, and it's something that should be with you for a good long time. So paying attention to these small details, these small practicalities, it does make a big difference, trust me. Right, so clocks and colours, to sum up. Well, they certainly did not disappoint, and actually I'd be happy enough to go as far as to say that I'm impressed. You get a lot for your money. I mean, they're not a subtle brand, definitely not. And that is up to you whether this is your thing or not. But if it is your thing, if one or two pieces are speaking to you, then this might be just the brand for you to start a collection like this. They are very good quality. They are at a very good, very reasonable price point. And I think this is one of the most important points here, especially to me and all the guys sort of over here in Europe. They're accessible. Guys, there's a link below in the description if you do want to check these out. And yeah, this is sort of just after New Year's 2021. I don't know when you're going to be watching this, but anyway, at the moment they've got some insanely good deals over on their website. So this could just be the time where you pick up a couple of accessories for your outfits. Jacob, I'm talking to you, buddy. Come in, join the fold. Guys, if you're still watching, I really, really appreciate it. If you've liked what's going on here, then it'd be amazing if you could give the video a thumbs up. That really does help us out. If you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button, turning on the bell notifications. That way you're going to get notified whenever I drop a new video. And yeah, guys, that just leaves me to say I hope you all had an absolutely amazing new year. I hope 2021 is going to be an amazing year for you going forward. I hope that your family's healthy, your friends are healthy. I hope you're taking care of yourselves, and I hope you're taking care of each other. And I'm going to see you in the next vlog.